Mario Kart 64 is back, and I'm not talking about how it's finally on the Switch Online, which is pretty awesome in and of itself. I'm talking about a brand new Mario Kart 64 experience in which we get all brand new tracks, new options, new gameplay mechanics, all built into the original game engine. I'm referring to one of the best mods I've ever played called Mario Kart 64 Amped Up. Amped Up brings us 9 brand new tracks, with the final 4 coming soon, a widescreen mode, a coin collecting mode, and several other options to expand upon the Mario Kart 64 experience while still retaining the goodness of the original. So today, let's break it all down and let's start things off with a discussion of all the new tracks. Before we dive too far into that, welcome to the Ogles channel. Thanks for watching today. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to click the subscribe button down below if you'd like to give me news, reviews, content, and a lot of retro stuff on here as well. But let's go and get back into the tracks of Mario Kart 64 Amped Up. While most all of the tracks are brand new creations for Amped Up, the Mushroom Cup starts things off and houses what I consider mostly tribute tracks. The first track is Ancient Lake, which to any N64 player will look instantly familiar because it's the opening track and one of the best tracks in Diddy Kong Racing. And I still remember the magic of playing this track on Diddy Kong Racing back in the day, and now being able to experience it in Mario Kart 64 is just wonderful. Everything is here and rebuilt wonderfully, and there's a very smooth transition between the two games. The course is built for maximum E-slides, but that makes sense since it was pulled from a very similar racing game. The second track is Mario Circuit from Double Dash. This was a great track in Double Dash and it transfers very well over the Mario Kart 64 engine. While some of the stage hazards are missing like the Chomp Chomp and Piranha Plants, the Goombas are still here. And honestly, I sort of prefer it the way they've done it here because the track feels a little more streamlined, but purists of the GameCube version I'm sure will disagree with me on this point. Overall, Mario Circuit transfers over perfectly to the Mario Kart 64 engine. The next track is Surumi Beach, and it's from a game called VR Chat, which I haven't played, so I can't really state how the two versions compare to each other. However, the track that's presented here is quite good. The track takes place on a specified track on the beach rather than racing on the beach itself, and it's laid out for E-slides and speed. The track rises and falls as you journey through the small enclosures and things like that, and it's like the original Mario Kart 64. The Mushroom Cup tracks are all fairly short and frantic races to the finish, and this track is a great addition to that Mushroom Cup mentality. The final track in the Mushroom Cup is the Calamari Canyon, which takes place in the same area as the Calamari Desert from the original game. And this is the first of the original tracks in the game, and it sets the bar very, very high. You race through the upper canyon and the caverns down below, and it allows for a choose-your-own-path type adventure between the two. Neither path seems blatantly better, which allows for more of a competitive action, and the track brings in thrilling jumps, small shortcuts, and just enough stage hazards to keep the challenge alive. For this being a sequel to the Calamari Desert track, it holds the name up very well and fits perfectly into the Mario Kart 64 family. The Flower Cup for the most part is more original than the Mushroom Cup. The first track is Sandy Slide, which is an extension of a slide course from a Super Mario 64 hack, and it fits well into the Mario Kart 64 engine. This track harkens back to Super Mario Bros. 2 with some of the desert aesthetic and the decorations. I do wish they kept the cactus hazards from the original slide course on the Super Mario 64 mod. However, they do make up for it by adding an ending section that makes the track feel very complete. The track is definitely harder than anything in the Mushroom Cup. However, after a few tries, the sharp curves aren't really that hard to manage. It's a great start to the Flower Cup. Next in the Flower Cup is Super Mario World Raceway, and it's potentially my favorite track in the entire game. At its core, it's a reverse version of the Mario Raceway from the original game, but you would almost never know that. The entire course has been redecorated with graphics and images from the Super Mario World, and includes an alternate path to take with the fence wiring from the Super Mario World game as well. This track is very creative, and more importantly, it's just a ton of fun. I love taking the alternate path and soaring over the level with the jumps and the wiring in literally the most retro style possible. The tone is great, the design is great, the curves are great, and enough good just can't be said about this original course. Next up is Yoshi's Riverbed, and this track is truly 100% original. It isn't based off any mod or any other course, and it's impressive how much work went into making this track to make it look as awesome as it does. The course takes you through orchards, caves, bridges, canyons, and you just feel like you're truly seeing a small glimpse into the Yoshi's lives. The design of the course is very well done with enough challenge and well-placed curves and obstacles to dodge, but the imagery of this track is truly where the heart of it's at. The caves with colorful illuminating crystals, the Yoshi eggs throughout the course, the orchards with apples for the Yoshis to indulge in, and the water to traverse over. I mean, The only thing missing from this course is just a bunch of Yoshis wandering around, which, I don't know, I guess they could add at some point, but I truly do love this course. The final track in the Flower Cup is Hazy Maze Cave. And while some people may like this course, I would personally say it's my least favorite in the game. But to be fair, I didn't like the level in Super Mario 64 that is designed after. This course is much harder than any other course in the game, with obstacles that when navigated incorrectly put you very far behind the other racers. Like the Loch Ness Monster or Nessie here, on anything but 50cc, it is quite hard to take the curve and then maintain a straight line as you head over or back in order to advance the track. If you mess it up, you have to try the whole curve again, navigation process all over again. I got better with time, but this part is quite challenging for most players. Also, in the maze, instead of some of the paths just being longer routes, they are literally just dead ends. And this is really frustrating, and I feel the same concept of a maze could have been done better with something along the ideas of Yoshi Valley, where you just simply have different paths to take and some take longer than others. This course just has some really unfair areas and sort of takes the fun out of it, for me at least. However, to be fair once again, I did feel exactly the same way about the Mario 64 level that this course is based upon. The Star Cup is up next and starts off with what I'd probably say is tied for the best course in the game, Green Greens from Kirby. The whole level aesthetically is perfectly Kirby, with having you race through the grasslands into a giant tree with a fantastic jump and into the Wind Tree himself. Probably not his real name, but Wind Tree is what I know him by. The course is pure fun and is aesthetically one of the best looking tracks in the game, and to be honest, I'm sort of surprised Nintendo hasn't actually done a Kirby track for the last Mario Kart game. They got Animal Crossing and Zelda and others, but why did they leave Kirby out? But anyway, if they eventually do a Kirby track, I'd be surprised if they didn't look back to this one for at least some inspiration for that, because this track is perfect. And then we follow the best track up with what I think is the second worst track in the game, Carnival Realm from the N64 game Glover. But like Hazy Maze Cave, part of the problem here is I just don't like the source material from where this track came from. I remember renting Glover as a kid, and aesthetically, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the carnivals or the circuses, and that's what the full aesthetic is for this track. The course itself is designed with plenty of exciting jumps and ramps, but personally, it's just not my favorite. Objectively, it's a fine course, and some would even say it's great, but it's just not my favorite. Our next course is a truly great course, Secret Slide. Secret Slide is a slide game from Super Mario 64 that's been expanded into a full course to race on. As a kid playing this minigame in Mario, I always thought it'd be a cool track to have in Mario Kart, and now it's a dream come true. This is a difficult track, I'll admit, but it has also been redesigned to have either bumpers or built-up edges in many spots to help you from just flying off the edge. The track is minimalistic looking, but is true to the source, and I love flying for the stained glass window as you near the finish line. This track is nostalgic, fun, and it's just a dream come true. The final track is an updated version of Mario Circuit 3 on the SNES, and this course is exactly what you would expect, and is clearly made for Mario Kart speedsters, with all the curves being the perfect length and the curvature. I like this course, but at the same time, it's been remade so many times that one begins to forget how special it truly was at one point. Now the next cup, the Special Cup, is not out yet, but will be soon, and I'll put up another video going through all those courses when it does come out. Now one detail I did not mention for each track was the music that has been included. The game doesn't just recycle music from the original game, but either uses the games that the course is based on, or creates a song all on its own. And I have to say, these tracks are fantastic. Even the songs I've never heard before, I found myself humming as the race would continue on. It was a huge plus on the immersion into the new game itself. Now as mentioned in the intro, there are some new game modes as well. First off is a coin collection challenge. This is straight from Diddy Kong Racing on the coin collectings during the race. However, the reward for collecting them is just a speed boost and a star. In Diddy Kong Racing, it unlocked new aspects of the game, so while this is fun collecting the coins, it sort of comes across as kind of pointless. Perhaps in the multiplayer this would be more fun, but for the single player it just comes across as okay. The game also adds in things like widescreen and extended distance viewing, and these are small quality of life improvements that I'm glad the creator took into account. This obviously pushes the hardware a bit more, and if using an EverDrive to play the game on the original console, you will need an expansion pack. Now overall, this is a fantastic package, and I absolutely love what they've done here. While the original Mario Kart 64 will always be the best racing game of all time, this game breathes new life into it and allows us to experience the same feeling of discovery that we did for the first time we popped the game into the system. Finally racing through expertly built mod tracks made it feel like I was playing the game for the first time again. And for an old school Mario Kart fan, that feeling is priceless. I cannot wait to see what the final 4 tracks are going to be. If you'd like to follow this project, I'll put the creator's YouTube link in the description down below. Check it out, follow his page, give him some support, because he's truly creating something amazing here. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, go out there, find a great game to play, just have a great rest of the day.